All right, we have another flash crash in the Dow. What I would like to point out to people that once again, there was a mini flash crash. The Dow dropped over 100 points right here in this 3 minute wick, right here on the Dow. That was a flash crash. The Dow is now back up to 126. We were up 150 handles. You can see in this 3 minute bar. And let me show you what the flash crash. Yesterday we had a flash crash on Google. That means that these exchanges and these high frequency algorithms, that bar that dropped right here was over 100 points. And then we came, and we can see right here that this particular bar right here went straight down to these lows of 14,550 and some change, and right back up 100 points. That was over 100-point flash crash in the Dow Jones. A flash crash in the Dow Jones. Once again, for the day traders and everybody, we are experts in flash crashes. Watch the Ghost Exchange movie. But this is 2 days in a row where we dropped considerably in the Dow. Here is a chart of a 3 minute chart of the S&P 500, and there was a major flash crash intraday. It all happened. Look at the long 3 minute wick. We were up here on the S&P at 1578. Okay. I'm going to let everybody know that there was an extreme flash crash in the S&P clear down here to 1563 on this 3 minute chart. Somebody leaked information that there was a terrorist threat on the White House, and it was a fake terror tweet. And then the markets had a big flash crash, so somebody put out a fake tweet, and when they tweeted it, it dropped a flash crash in the S&P 500. And once again, we had a flash crash yesterday in Google that we pointed out. So the headlines are a fake. They're holding a press conference. That's what dropped the S&P 500. Here we go in the NASDAQ composite. Now, there was a fake tweet about a terror attack in the U.S. They had a flash crash based on that headline. It's very manipulative, and this is why the regulators should be doing their job. They're going to hold a press conference. Look at what we did. We were right up here at the top of the bar of the high of this particular NASDAQ composite. Right here. It started right here. The high was 3271 on this high right here. And they had an immediate flash crash all the way down to 3240 out of nowhere. So the headlines created the flash crash and a high algorithmic computing cycles that do it. One of the things that we're going to point out, if you go to stock market funding and you go to HFT trading courses, you're going to find out that we are experts. Watch the Ghost Exchange. It's an hour and a half long. We're in that movie, and it's about flash crashes. What we are seeing in this week is that headlines are hitting it, and the market snapped down. It was an illicit tweet that said there was a terror attack, and then the markets all went into a flash crash mode electronically in milliseconds. All we ask you is to understand what flash crashes are about. We called the flash crash in May 6th of 2010. This one was a little bit more controlled. So the S&P, the Dow, and every one of these had a huge crash called a flash crash, and then a big bounce right back up in milliseconds, and now we're rolling over. So that is not a fair practice, these flash crashes. That's why the regulators need to regulate They need to regulate headlines. They're going to have a press conference about this. We're going to go ahead and get this out to our trader network. The Dow, the S&P, the Dow dropped 100 points in milliseconds. The S&P dropped. This is the NASDAQ. Every one of these indexes, they were up in bull run, and all of a sudden I looked over there and the Dow was actually negative. So it dropped tremendously, and we'll update everyone later with a follow-up. Flash crash in play. We've seen a flash crash in Google yesterday. So, once again, these headlines are scandalous, and they're going to be holding a press conference at the White House, I believe. And somebody needs to do something about this, because that meant that a lot of people that had stop market orders again get taken out all the way down. And they've got to regulate this stuff. So, they're not regulating it, but you can see the bounce right back up here on the 3-minute chart in the NASDAQ composite. S&P 500 and Dow all had flash crash.